Hi everyone, it's me, Tim. Today I want to talk about avoiding burnout. And specifically, I want to talk about how I avoided burnout. I've been asked this question a lot, like multiple times, and for a long time. As long ago as 8 months ago by Caleb Ziskowitz 719 and 5 days ago by Commander 67. The reason I haven't posted anything about it is I wasn't sure what my answer should be because I have experienced down times, and I've talked about this, where I didn't want to be in a lead role, I didn't want to run a project, but I never ever burned out in the sense that I get from other people about you don't want to do game development anymore, you want to leave the industry. I mean, I'm retiring and I'm still making my toys. So I thought about this for a long time, and I think I have an answer, but I don't want it to sound trite. So I'm going to tell you what my answer is, and then I'm going to talk for a long time, saying kind of what I mean by my answer. So I think I avoided burnout because I always had fun. That's a big thing of it. I know it sounds trite and simplistic, and that can't possibly be the answer, but that's kind of the answer. For me, fun always came first. It was more important than money, than what title I had, what power I had and authority I had at whatever game company I worked at. It even came before delivering particular things that fans wanted. I pretty much always focused on me having fun and me enjoying what I did and me putting things in the game that I wanted. And especially in the early part of my career, there was very little thought of who's this game for? Who would like this feature? I put it in because I thought it was funny. I liked it. Other people on the team did the same thing. So it was all about fun. And I think this is important because it's not all about fun for a lot of people anymore. It's about, well, this is my career, or this is what I studied to do, or a friend got this job and then I heard about an opening at the company or something. And it wasn't about them having fun. It was some other reason they were doing it. And these are the people that I see burn out. Keep in mind, I mean, I can tell you a lot of things where I got tired of stuff. I have a whole video about why I left Fallout 2. I basically walked away from a wonderful game series because it was no longer fun to me personally. I walked away from Carbine and the WildStar MMO and a lot of money because I just was not having fun. It was not fun. There was arguing all the time. It was politics and backstabbing and bad mouthing, and it was just one day I just went, I'm not having fun anymore. And when I mentioned it to the producer, Eric DeMilt, who I'd known for decades already, he basically said, yeah, if you're not having fun, that's not good for you. It's not good for the game. And I agreed with him. So if you look at my whole career, I've gone up and down the ladder. I haven't worried about that. I've stepped away from bigger paychecks at bigger companies. I've avoided bigger companies. I've avoided offers for lots of money at bigger companies because I wasn't sure if I would have fun there. I ducked lead roles multiple times. I was offered a directorship at Interplay before Fallout ever shipped, and I said no. I just couldn't see myself doing that. I should have ducked the design director role at Carbine, but it was more of a lateral move. But when I arrived at Obsidian, I told them I'm not doing any lead roles, and I stuck by that. I started there in 2011, and I didn't accept a lead role until 2016. So I kept to my guns for 5 years because I just wanted to enjoy myself. And doing code with a little design on the side was how I enjoyed myself. And that was South Park, and that was Pillars of Eternity, and that was Tyranny, and that was fun. Now, I'm not saying you just kick back, because I also like challenges. I like doing new things. I like working on new features and in new IPs. Part of the reason I don't like sequels. Sequels are to me a little less challenging than new IPs. I think I mentioned this when I talked about South Park. I didn't work on a console until I was 46 years old. And that was 30 years after I started in this industry. I finally made a console game, and that was South Park, The Stick of Truth. Part of the reason I was interested in doing that because I had another job lined up, I just couldn't move yet, was not because of the license. When they mentioned they needed a programmer, I'm like, ooh, I've never coded PlayStation or Xbox before. I want to try that. That was new to me. It was interesting. It was fun. Later, I discovered there's some unfun things about PlayStation programming, but it was fun to dive into it. Now, when things stop becoming fun, or it's hard for me to have fun at things, that's when I stepped away from a project or even a company. Now I'm retired, or semi-retired, I should say. It's because, yeah, I could say that the industry as a whole is way less fun than it used to be. Part of it's the caution stuff I've talked about in 2 videos now. Part of it is just probably I'm older and the games I want to make aren't the games people are making. And just part of it is I've gotten everything I wanted to do. All the big ideas I've put into games somewhere. So I still have fun now. I am making my toys. I am contracting at other companies, helping them out with their projects. And always when I do it, it's because people offer something and I look at it. And if I don't think it's interesting, I pass. So the nicest thing I can tell people that I contract for is the main reason I'm here is this looks interesting. This looks different. This looks fun. I see something here. I would like to work on this. So that kind of describes the headspace I'm in now, but it's in a sense the headspace I've always been in. So I also thought about this a while because I know people go, well, I thought I was having fun, but I'm still burning out. Here's how I can guarantee you will burn out. And I know people are going to go, oh, it's crunching. Crunching burns you out. Or too much passion burns you out. And I'm like, no. Here's what I think burns people out. You've all heard about people taking joy in other people's suffering. English doesn't have a word for it, but Germans do. It's called Schadenfreude. However, the opposite happens all the time. If the Germans have a word for it, I couldn't find it. We don't have a word for it. But that's hating other people's joy. This happens all the time. People talk about, I hate this game, and if you like it, you're stupid. They go on forums about the game they hate to yell at the other people who are liking it. Or they go on Reddit forums to yell at the people who are liking a movie or liking a book, and they just need to vent about how much they hate it. And it's like, first of all, why are you devoting so much time to this? I know people, they often say, well, I'm doing good work getting people away from this. It's like, yeah, but at some point you're just making yourself bitterly unhappy because other people are having fun with something that you don't like. The worst thing is when people direct it inwards and they hate their own joy. When there's a game they like and then they hit a feature that they've decided, I hate this feature so much that now I dislike everything about this game. I was having fun, but now I dislike everything. There was somebody who hated my games after he found out I was gay. And I'm like, but you liked the game before. It doesn't impact you in any way. It's a weird thing. So all I can tell you is don't do that. If you find yourself slipping into that hole of hating other people's joy, you will burn out faster. Nothing will sap your own joy faster than hating other people's joy. So don't do that. So if I was to sum up everything that I've said, I'd say find your fun and then figure out how you can get paid for it. That's an important part. I did a Venn diagram once on one of my videos where I said, if you can find things that you enjoy doing, that you're good at, and someone will pay you to do, that's a win. That's great. And part of the enjoy doing, I mean, that's the important part of it. You have to have fun. So I would also throw 2 caveats in, which is 1, when you do find the thing that's fun and you decide to do it, commit to it. Really make it your thing. Don't 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Just go all in. It's got to be something that you really want to do. I hear all the time from people like, I want to make a movie, I want to write a book, I want to make a game, but they don't actually even try to do it. That's from my Stop Making Excuses video. And also, because of that video, I go back and look at comments and everything. People are still making comments in that. In that one video, I've had so many people accuse me of saying how easy it is. That I've had it easy, which I have not. I may have had it easier than you, but I haven't had it easier. There's a lot of people who had it way easier than me. But also people accuse me of saying it's easy. I'm not. I'm not saying any of this is easy, but I am saying you have to try. You have to try to do anything. In fact, the rule I walked away from the TV show The Good Place was this. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to master a skill tomorrow. You don't have to be the perfect person, but just try to be a little better today than you were yesterday. If maybe you haven't been that nice of a person, well, do something nice today. You don't have to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. If you want to learn a new skill, start learning it. Instead of playing some game tonight, go look online for a video. Go find a book. Just get a little better at a skill that you wished you had. You want to learn a language? You want to learn how to code? You want to write a book? Do it. Start learning something. But make sure it's something you're having fun with, because if you're going to commit to something and you're not having fun with it. So I hope that answers the many, many questions I got about burnout. The one way I think I've really avoided it is I've just spent my life having